I had a child in my class one time that when he's writing, and it was almost the same every time you put a sum on the board or you put an activity on the board, he feels like he has to be the first to finish. I always have to be the first to finish. It made him feel like, okay, he was still good, he was still intelligent, he was smart, he was sharp. And finishing last is like, oh, I'm no longer sharp or I'm no longer smart and all of that. So there was a day he finished quickly and I'm saying, look at your work, you finished, but it's not well done. Everything here is almost wrong. Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, oh, my destiny, my destiny, my destiny. And he runs off to go and correct it, like somebody else is going to take his destiny and take his place of coming first, or finishing first, if he's not able to submit it like that. But hello, Tribers. Welcome back to the tribe. How have you been? Once again, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, commenting, and all the feedback. And if you have been watching and you have not yet subscribed, do click on the subscribe button and we'll be so glad to have you in the tribe. I'm sure you're getting value for your time, so I would really appreciate it if you would join this community and just by subscribing. Is that okay? Thank you very much. So today we have another beautiful topic that we'll be learning, and I'm sure that by now you've probably heard this word a million times. For anybody who's going for anything, going for any goals, you want to achieve anything in life, you have probably heard the word consistency. It is nothing new. It's not a new word. It's not something that just came into the dictionary. It's a word that has been there. So now the question is, and I know that it is a very big struggle for many of us, because it's like, okay, I start, I stop. You said I should speak, I'm speaking. My mind, it is clear and all of that. Now, this is another key to manifestation. As a matter of fact, this is probably what I call it, the anchor key. This is the key that ties every other aspect of your manifestation together. So if you have the picture clearly in your mind, if you were speaking, if you were doing everything, you cannot afford to do it today and not do it tomorrow, or do it tomorrow and leave it off for a week, or do it for a month and then take a break. Consistency ties everything in together. It brings your result from the inside to the outside. Essentially, it is a process. It makes people begin to see the work you've been putting in. So if you give up in the beginning, then there's no way for us to see it. Now, today, what we're going to really be talking about is, so how do I become consistent? What do I do? What is going to make consistency easy? How do I do this? So first of all, before I even jump into the secrets that I have for you, I have about 5 tips that I know will really, really help you to be consistent if you can just do it and make up your mind to be present. These tips will help you. But before I jump into that, let's talk a little bit about consistency. There's a quote I'd like to share with you. This is a quote by John C. Maxwell. Now, John C. Maxwell says that small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. I'll say that again. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. And I'd like to highlight a few phrases. 1, small disciplines. 2, consistency. 3, great achievements. And 4, slowly over time. Now, these are the words. I want to hone in on these phrases. The first one being small disciplines. Many times when we want a change, it's almost as if we want it to happen like when you walk into a room and it's dark and you flip the light switch and the light comes on and everywhere is bright. Many times we want some of our changes to be like that. We want our improvement or our success or our weight loss journey or something like making money or making our business go from 0 to 100, or your career journey. Somebody who's just gotten out of school, he wants a career journey to go from 1 to 10 level, whatever level it is in a year. He's looking for promotions. Oh, my salary is this. Such things don't happen overnight. They take time. And the question is this: we can put in a lot of work and say, oh, I've been working so hard, I've been doing. The truth is, growth takes time. Everything good takes time. But the key thing there is the small disciplines. And why is it small? Many times when you do something small, you are able to continue to do that thing. Sometimes the fact that it is even small is the encouragement that you need. Take a good example from working out. I think for me, that might be the biggest and the best example. And why is that? It's easy to jump into the gym and maybe you have some motivation for that day. You begin to work out like for an hour, you run on the treadmill, you lift some weights, and you come back from the gym, you're feeling so good, you've sweated and all that, and you feel like, man, this fat, I've burnt everything, I've melted it all. And then you stand on the scale and it looks exactly the same, or you put on your clothes and they still feel tight. Of course, they will still feel tight. You did not add that weight in one day. You didn't gain all that fat, or you didn't accumulate all that fat in one day. So the truth is 1 hour in the gym is not going to burn it. However, and the truth is, depending on your schedule, depending on what you do, depending on your lifestyle and everything, you may not be able to do 1 hour in the gym every day. However, you can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes every day of consistent workout, right? And then you're making sure that every day I show up for this workout. So the key word there is small. How do I start small? It's not about going hard and going fast, but it is about starting small and going consistently. And it says something over time, slowly. Over time, it's almost as if the word slowly is something we don't like to hear. And something that came to mind as I thought about this was Nigerian drivers and the fact that it looks like, okay, somebody's going to snatch your destiny ahead if you're taking your time. So slowly is a word that, especially for us in Nigeria, we fight against it. I had a child in my class one time that when he's writing, and it was almost as if every time you put a sum on the board or you put an activity on the board, he feels like he has to be the first to finish. I always have to be the first to finish. It made him feel like, okay, he was still good, he was still intelligent, he was smart, he was sharp. And the finishing last is like, oh, I'm no longer sharp or I'm no longer smart and all of that. So there was a day he finished quickly and I'm saying, look at your work. You finished, but it's not well done. Everything here is almost wrong. Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, oh, my destiny, my destiny, my destiny. And he runs off to go and correct it, like somebody else is going to take his destiny and take his place of coming first, or finishing first, if he's not able to submit it like that. But here's the thing, if I had let him submit it like that, the work was less than excellent. So many times for some of us, we want fast and hard without thinking about the quality of what we have done, of what we have produced, of what is the entire process developing in you, right? We just want the end result. And that is what makes many of us go about the results that we want the wrong way. Because we don't want to take the time to do it right. We just want to arrive at the result. That is not what consistency is about. Because many times when you even get to the top, there is a work to staying at the top. So don't be confused about would I call it the means justifying the end, or the end justifying the means? Sorry, the end justifying the means, not necessarily. So if you've gotten to the end and what it looks like at the end is not the kind of quality of work, then it's been a huge waste of time because you're going to have to start all over. Funny thing also about time and success and consistency is that whether you are doing it or you are not doing something. So for the person who is working hard and for the person who's not doing anything, or the person who is looking for the shortest cut or the shortest, fastest way to get to their end, to their result, and the person who is taking their time to do good work, the time will still pass. That is something I find amazing. So if you are not getting up every day and moving, that time will still pass. If you're wasting time and wanting shortcuts to it, or you're stopping and starting and stopping and starting, the time will still pass. So you might as well just take your time from the beginning to get it done properly. Is that okay? So there is no need to rush or to be in a hurry. I think one of the things that you should keep your mind on each time you work is, I want to do the best job possible when it comes to this thing. I want to produce the best quality of work that I can produce with the things that I have, with the resources that I have. So I think that is really key for us to keep our minds on, being consistent. You know, there's another quote that I really like. It says that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. My book for the month is the book Grit by, I think it's Angela Duckworth, right? That book, from reading it, I've seen so many things. And there was a phrase in that book that said, the mundanity of excellence. mundane. It's so mundane. It feels like, okay, it's the same old. Every day I get up, I pray, I work out, I have to eat this. It doesn't feel interesting and exciting and adventurous. But the truth is, every great thing starts small. Every great thing has to start small. You can't just jump into it. You start small and you build on it intentionally. So in the process of building, you actually begin to develop your stamina. You begin, because the truth is that with great success comes a lot of great challenges as well. So as you build, as you focus on building intentionally and going one step at a time, you are developing capacity. You are building your stamina to withstand pressures or to withstand challenges that will come with each new level. But many times, if it's something that you just jump and go right to the top, you have skipped a lot of processes, and the tendency that you can fall from the heights that you have achieved is very high. So as a matter of fact, showing up every day is what would actually train you and prepare you to stay at the top. Like another quote says that the 80% of success is showing up every day. Now, that consistency and requires diligence. And I went checking the meaning of diligence, and it says constant effort to accomplish something, attentive, persistent in doing anything. Being attentive, being persistent, you keep at it, you stay with it. It gives you a certain level of mastery, both of yourself, of your craft, and everything that concerns that. So these are the things that eventually it becomes natural to you to do those things. At first, it seems tough, it seems difficult, it seems impossible. It feels like you are pushing your body to get to do these things. But eventually, you wake up and this is the next thing you do. Your body knows, after this, we do this. After this, we do this, we do that one. And then you see that you have unlocked a certain level of flow in your life, that one becomes part and parcel of you, and then you can build a new, something more challenging, something new onto it, and then begin to push for the next level of your goal. And the Bible says that seeth a man who is diligent in his work, he will stand before kings, he will not stand before mean men. So that diligence that you need to achieve your results shows up in showing up every day. It will come up when you show up every day. So I said I was going to share 5 secrets with you to help you with consistency, to help you with showing up every day. And the first one is enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Like I mentioned earlier, some of us just want the answer. We just get the result. And the truth is, I feel that if you just get the result like that without the process, the result will not be as sweet. I don't know if I have any witnesses in the comments. Please just put it in the comments for me if you agree with me. Many times it's as if you enjoy that thing more after you've been through some kind of, you have worked for it. It feels kind of more deserving and you appreciate it more. I'll give you a simple, basic example that might not even look like an example, but I see it as something that is. Take food, for instance, when you're eating and you're not very hungry. Eat that food when you are very hungry. It's almost as if you can appreciate every single flavor, taste, everything about the food because you're hungry. Your body appreciates that food. But if you're eating and you're just eating randomly, carelessly or anything, you don't even enjoy the food as much because you're just stuffing your body with it. You don't need it at that time. So in the same way, when you have worked for something, when you have put in the work and the result comes for you to enjoy it, it feels like you deserve it. The same thing happens when you want to go to bed at night. If you have really put in the work, your bed greets you practically. So the truth is this, we enjoy our results more when there has been a process to getting to the result. So stick with the process, enjoy the process, enjoy the person you are becoming in the process. Enjoy being that person, enjoy being a more patient person, enjoy taking care of yourself, enjoy learning how to relate with other people. Everything about it is making you a better person. So don't be in a hurry. We're going to get to the result because the truth of the matter, the result is not even the end. The result is not the end. So enjoy the process. So like I would always share 1 or 2 of my goals with you guys. My number 1 goal this year has to do with weight loss. Now I have a target weight. I'm like, okay, this is where I want to get to, right? Now the truth of the matter is that if I get there because I have gotten to this weight before, but I'm back here again, right? So I'm not saying that I want to get there to come back to my current weight again. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that as I enjoy the process to get into the target weight I want to be, I'm enjoying the process so that when I get there, there is still work. It is not the end. Getting to, okay, I want to weigh, for instance, 75, 80 kg. Getting to that weight, something has to continue. If you stop like I have arrived, you will find yourself sliding back. So enjoying that process means that all the habits and everything I'm picking up that is getting me to my goal, when I get to my goal, I'm not going to stop. I will just continue because I have built a lifestyle that I love and that I enjoy. So the likelihood that I would stay on with that goal or with that achievement, that great achievement, is the fact that I enjoy the process. So find a process that you enjoy. Number 2 is set a reward to strengthen your why. Set a reward for yourself to strengthen your why. And I will tell you simple and short. My own reward that is to strengthen my why is that I decided that until you get to your weight loss target, you will not buy new clothes. And so for me, it's like those your big clothes. What is the point? When you were slim, you had clothes. So your wardrobe has clothes, and then you want to go and buy new clothes at this weight, work on it and get back to it. And you still, now I'm telling you from a personal experience, right? So if for someone else, it could be any other thing, set another reward. So for you to buy new clothes, this is my own way of telling myself, get serious. If you want a new dress, if you want to buy something new, if you want to look good, you think that looks good, well, you're not going to do anything. So call it punishment, call it whatever you will, but it's my own way of telling myself, stay on track with this, because you can see those nice things or whatever it is that you want to wear. You cannot buy it until you get to your desired weight. So what are you holding yourself to? How are you holding yourself accountable, right? Other people can hold you accountable, but you should also have that inner drive, something that keeps you to strengthen your why. So number 3 is celebrate small victories. Celebrate small victories. Celebrate small victories. So for me, a big victory I'm celebrating, or like I celebrated in my last video, is like, okay, 31 days of consistency. Our target was to lose 4 kg and we hit the 4 kg. So it's like, yip, 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 hooray, and all of that, like so excited. I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I've done it before. We're doing it. We're getting it. Like, I'm so excited and so pumped. And, you derive a lot of energy from there, from, I've done this. I can keep going and all of that. So that helps you to keep going. Number 4, I'm sure by now, if you know me, you know this, accountability. Step up your accountability game. Step up your accountability game. So now let me tell you something that my accountability partner and I decided to do. At our last meeting, we realized that our tracking sheets had a lot of red X's. So if you have been doing that particular habit, if you've been doing it the way you're supposed to, it's supposed to have a green tick. Now, our last meeting, we were looking at our tracking sheets and we had too many X's. And so we decided to put a fine to it. We decided to fine each other. So if you don't do this, you're going to pay me so amount for every 3 times you miss a particular habit you're supposed to perform every day, or a particular thing you're supposed to do every day. So it is per habit for every 3 times you miss it in a week, right? See, this was the game changer for our accountability. Everybody sat up because nobody wants to be removing unnecessary money to pay for what you don't know. When you are also tracking your finances, you're removing money to pay somebody, or you're owing somebody because you did not. It changed the game, literally. So change your account, step it up. Step it up. Put yourself under that pressure. Put something on you that will bring out what you want, okay? So step up your accountability game. Finally, create a system. Create a system. For those of you that are subscribed to my letter, I mentioned the book, The Power of Habit by Duhigg. Somebody Duhigg, I can't remember his first name, Charles Duhigg or something, but I said that is a book that you should read. That book taught me something about how habits, making one habit dependent. So whenever I do this at the same time. That for me has really helped, creating that system of flow of how I do things, right? It has helped me, even though it looks like I have so many things on my tracker that I need to get done. But what that does for me is I know that while I'm doing this, I can do this one thing this way as well, right? So in that way, I remember everything I'm supposed to do, because one thing leads to another or is connected or dependent upon another thing. So in that way, I meet up all my targets. So create a system that works, create a flow. Like I said, eventually it begins to come to you naturally. But in the meantime, you're going to have to create a system. So for instance, for me, initially I would read my Bible, then pray. And then I still had my reading my Bible through the year to read. So what I did was, I decided to scrap the part where I read another another Bible passage as part of my devotion. I started reading what I was reading for the year alongside my devotion. So in that way, I get to make sure I read what I'm supposed to read for the year. So there's so many things that I do like that. So things that I have to track for my children, or the workout has to come immediately after this time, or while I'm doing this, I listen to what I'm supposed to listen to. When am I supposed to do? Everything is tied into one thing. So it's a system. So it just flows. It just works, right? So another thing, so about systems, 3 things I want you to consider: habits, I want you to consider routines, and I want you to consider support systems, because to a large extent, we have a lot to do. We have a lot of things that we need to do, and sometimes it can get a little bit too much. So make sure you have the right support systems. Create a system in your house. Create a system at work. Create systems of how you do everything. When I get here, this comes first, this comes next, so that your body gets into the habit of doing it and frees up a lot more thinking space for you to do other things, to be creative and all of that. So it's so important that you set up a system, set up a routine with what you do. And you notice that a lot of things are just checked off the box. Check. I've done this, I've done that. And then you can easily focus on things that need more of your full concentration than having to motivate yourself to do it. So get yourself into that system and that habit of doing it regularly. Okay, so I'd like to finish up with this. Consistency and grit is about a little every day. It's about adding something every day, putting on something every day. I will do a little of this every day. I'll eat right every day. I'll monitor it every day. I'll work out for 20 minutes every day. I will read a book for 15 minutes every day. Don't put it 1 hour, 2 hours, especially if, like I said, if you're married, if you have kids. I'll read 15 minutes every day. I'll spend 30 minutes of intentional time with my kids every day. I will do this for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes every day, a little at a time. Some days you'll find that, I'm enjoying the book so much, and then I extend it, right? But what's important is that you do a little every day. It also has to do with keeping a clarity of purpose, keeping focused on what it is that you really want. Like I said to you, I was actually amazed at the end of January when I was reviewing and seeing that I actually hit the exact target I planned for the month. Like I said, I'll lose 4 kg this month, and I lost exactly that 4 kg, or a little above it, right? So keeping clear on what you want and saying this is what I want. You find that everything begins to align with it. So keep it clear, keep it crystal clear. I have a way of saying it to myself every morning, and right now I'm learning to say it to myself every evening as well. Keep it clear. And that's it from me for today. So I hope that you understand what consistency it's all about. It's not magic. It's not about going hard and fast. It's about going slowly and showing up every day. I hope you will take these 5 secrets and make the most of it for your manifestation in 2024. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello Tribers, the Refresh Journey Phase 1 starts on the 3rd of March and runs till the 30th of March. Now the Refresh Journey is a live coaching course or program where I work with a small group of people who want to live intentionally and get clearer on what their life's purpose is all about. So do you often feel overwhelmed by all that you have to do? Do you want to be, do and achieve more daily? Do you want to better understand yourself, master your emotions, and make choices that consistently put you in position to achieve more? Then this first phase is definitely for you, especially if you feel so confused and don't know where to begin. I've walked that journey of confusion, uncertainty, and misalignment, and now I would like to hold your hand and journey with you through this first phase of getting your life in order to build upon it, the great things God has in store for you. And remember, there are only 10 slots, so you want to take a slot right now and don't be told, oh, sorry, we are full. Get on it, get on that WhatsApp app and send a message to the number on the flyer, and I will see you in class.